Seabird Island is a First Nation near Agassiz in British Columbia. 700 people live in the community. They have lived on the banks of the Fraser River for thousands of years. They continue to practice their traditional ways, fishing for salmon and celebrating their culture and language. They are also developing innovative health, education, and economic opportunities, sharing them with other First Nations people across the province. In 2007, the band launched a wireless broadband network which is now in the top 2% in North America in terms of speed. The network is fully owned and operated by the band.
You take a look at, when I grew up as a young boy, like kids, we didn't have no power. We didn't have no running water. Now we got that. We have high-speed internet. You can understand. You take a look at the amount of technology we have inside this building. We know and understand what it can do for us. We know and understand what will happen to it if we don't look after it too.
Stephen McKinnon is the network manager for Seabird Island Wi-Fi. He helped set up the band's network, which connects local services and homes from a hub in the band office. When the network was built, other telecommunications providers only covered half the reserve. A third of people could not access the internet.
People and companies have parachuted into the community, provided a wireless network, and as soon as they left, it's down, and it's really costly, expensive to bring it back up and maintain it. Through the Shaw's cable service, they only covered half the houses here in the community. And those that are connected through Shaw, there's a regular beef here in the community that Shaw is still using World War II equipment. So constantly breaking down, constant gaps in connectivity. Nobody in Seabird could get beyond the regular dial-up service with TELUS, so the phone system wasn't an option. Not many of us could support or pay for the high satellite fees. So what it is that we as a band could do to benefit band members in their homes. We took a look at it and never losing sight of the band is doing it, but we're the band. So it's our own band members that are in there that have gone from 2-finger typing to 10-finger typing.
The network installation was a challenge for the band. Setting up the complex system involved lots of trial and error. The community focused on building local capacity, and they now have 3 full-time information system staff.
We needed to sit down and start growing at our own phone system, our own internet system here inside of Seabird. We needed that for our own capacity inside this building. We went through a lot of ups and downs with the system, to find out how things worked and everything. So, the technology, it kept on changing on us, and I do believe they're still doing it today. So we can't just pick it up and put it down and pick it up in 2-3 days. It's going to be there every day. Something happens tomorrow, and there's nobody here to look after it. What do we do?
As a business, the network is not economically sustainable. It costs $7,000 a month just for connectivity. Local chief and council knew that from the start, but they deemed connectivity an essential service. The goal was to ensure every community member could access the internet. Once the infrastructure was in place, the band started using it to develop and deliver public services.
So it started here at the band office, it grew into the schools, it grew into basically the public administration function of the community. The e-health initiative that was coming along, and if we didn't have this infrastructure in the band office, we would never have opportunities for e-health.
We have 2 systems, data management systems that we use for our health records. Our mobile diabetes team travels to, I think there are 80 communities on our list. So we have a data management software package that was developed particularly for diabetes and Aboriginal communities, so that the nurses, when they're out in community, they can electronically enter the data from wherever they are, as long as the community has internet capacity, which is not always the case. Our other electronic database is called Mustama. People pronounce it differently, sometimes Mustimic. It was originally developed in Cowichan. The Cowichan tribes developed the system. And so it is a electronic charting system that was oriented around First Nations health services. It safeguards confidentiality through access. The other thing that's brand new is the TV in the lobby. Did you see the TV? Yeah, so that kind of streams some of our website stuff too. Yeah, poverty is undoubtedly the biggest barrier because people can't afford it, right? If people could afford it, more people would have it.
Our schools on reserve don't get any resources to support our own libraries in the school. So why not utilize technology, especially connectivity, as a library? Even before the internet came along in a big way, there's a really deep understanding that it was coming. Everybody felt it coming for years, but didn't quite know what it was. And that made its way into the school's motto. The school's motto is where technology and culture meet. When kids are provided the opportunity structurally to incorporate technology around learning, it gives them access. And access in terms of supporting, initially to support what it is they're learning in school, but also going back to that exploration again. My daughters are constantly on a device. They've got all the music downloads, so they've got the earbuds on and listening to music, but they're never just sitting there listening to music. They're exploring somewhere in the world. And it's just that ability. It makes me as a parent feel good that I've provided that opportunity for my kids.
Not everyone in Seabird can afford the network, which costs $30 per month. Out of 208 homes in the community, 60 are connected. Blake and Sheila are going to high school in Seabird.
I couldn't live without it, actually. It's everything. It's like it's on phones, computers. It's contact for friends, family, or anyone, work. Heck, I even do school on the internet. Math 11, I'm taking that on the internet right now. So it's pretty important.
I went to an event here in Seabird with the youth. They were doing a video conference about sex ed on a video conference with different groups. So we all had questions to answer and information to learn.
I think computers should be like a appendage for a house.
What do you mean?
A house should just come with a computer.
Oh yeah,
that's how common it should become.
The band was giving out computers to whoever would sign up for it and all that. It's pretty, because we got a computer and our grandma got a computer. Pretty much a lot of people on this res got a computer signing up for it.
Some local youth have taken an interest in the technology field. Rena is taking courses at Seabird College. She's finishing up her Level 2 Cisco networking course.
I didn't start getting into computers until I actually joined the program. So I came in here, and then I guess class was starting that day. And then she's like, "Wow, this is great. We got more students for information technology." I was like, "Okay, great." So I took it, and then about a week or so later, I got my sister into it. So it's both me and my sister in there. There's only 4 of us in information technology. So I really wanted to become a bench tech. Yeah, and just sit at a bench all day and just rip computers apart.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Despite their enthusiasm, Seabird Island and other First Nations continue to face challenges. Last-mile approaches to connectivity that do not involve communities in decision-making remain a problem. A first-mile approach recognizes it is not enough just to be connected. Who, what, how, and why communities connect are important too.
Describing the current state of First Nations, recognizing that for too many First Nations, individuals and communities, the current state is unsatisfactory. And recognizing that for too many First Nations, there's a huge will and a huge want to change the current state. When you talk about change, when you describe change at any level, there's opportunities to bring technology to support that change. You know, technology is the one common thread, other than the sentiment, that feeling, that want of changing the current state. Technology is probably one of the few binding factors right across the board. And without adequate, meaningful access, adequate, meaningful capacity, and sustainability around information communication technology, we're not going to get to where we need to be.
And to understand that this is the trust that we have to build. And to understand this is the respect that we have to take care of ourselves.